It's my one life, and I give it everything I got. I am music. I am sports. I am the culture.
You know, it's CMG that we like to do, man. We like to give real niggas, street niggas chances. You know what I mean? And today one of them days.
It's a quick news break with yours truly. I'm the one and only. Y'all know I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to news break number 9. All right, I want to start with my favorite artist of all time. Y'all know this. I am a big Yo Gotti fan. Grew up on his music. And now I just watch Yo Gotti move from artist more to CEO. That's the lane he's been in for the most part over the last few years. Not a lot of music from Gotti, but a lot of moves from Gotti. And that includes his recent signing of Louisville rapper EST Gee. Now, I like videos like this. I get motivated seeing other people get money. I don't look at it as like they get money and I don't get money. Let's be clear. I want the most money, but I get motivated watching other people get their moment in the sun and get their opportunity. I'm more motivated by the opportunity than the money, but both going together is super dope to see. So Louisville's own EST Gee has officially signed to Yo Gotti's CMG. I want to show you a little bit of the actual signing taking place in the studio between Gotti and Gee.
What's happening, nigga? Yeah, welcome to the team. You know what I'm doing? What's up, G? What you doing? Getting money, just like the song said. Yeah. That's what it is, nigga. Welcome to the team, you feel me? Mm-hmm. You ready to turn up, you know what I mean? It's 50. Another 50, that's 100. Yeah. 150. 150. 200. Yeah. 250.
Make sure I add it up. Add it up.
It's 300. That's a 50. It's 350. Slide this right up. It's 350. It's 10, 360, 70, 80, 90. 390. That's a 10, 400. That's a 10, 410, 420. 430, 440, 50, 60, 70, 80. Put that 480. Yeah. It's like 200, 250 right here. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3. It's 230. And then it's right here. All together should be like 750. Should be like 750 all together, you feel me? We've been breaking machines, though, G. That's what we do at CMG, you feel? We've been breaking machines.
CMG, ESG, we locked in forever.
You know what I'm with all them, man. 750, ESG, CMG. Welcome to the team, bro.
It's all there, man.
So I don't know a lot about EST Gee. I've heard a handful of records. I've heard the members only joint with 42 Doug. And I really like this record he got with Moneybag. That was literally the first time I heard about him. It was a special joint. I think Gee put Moneybag on the remix of that bad boy. And I like that record a lot. I'm assuming Gee and Gotti linked up when they did this collab because he's on Gee's standout tape, I Don't Feel Nothing. And I'm assuming that's when maybe the two met, linked. And knowing Gotti, he probably watched him from there. Like he'll zone in on artists. Gotti said he feels like this dude is a person that has a shot. He said he feel like he got what it takes. He said he knows when he sees somebody who's really hustling, and that's how Gee finds himself a member of CMG. For me personally, the thing that stood out about what happened, look, it's money, but the number on that money is something, man. $750,000. I remember a few years ago, Gotti was taking like $250,000 to sign people to CMG. But seeing that $750K, I would love to know how they came about that number, because there ain't no concerts right now. Whatever they're splitting, it's not a lot of concerts and stuff to do right now, honestly. So I'm assuming, and we'll see how Gotti gets that bread back. But that I like seeing stuff like that though, the business side of it, and we see that man's contract. It's a $750,000 deal. It looks like that was what counted there, and we'll see what happens with EST Gee in his career. A lot of people, they get online and they say, why would a rapper sign to another rapper? And those are the things that I've heard throughout my years on this platform. And my response literally never changes at all. Look at a rapper signing to another rapper as a cosign. And these cosigns hold a lot of weight. So maybe you don't get it, but I'm telling you there is value being attached to CMG. It still holds weight, and I'd argue it holds more weight today than it did 5 or 10 years ago when Gotti was a more prevalent rapper. Think about it. Look at some of the track records. I mean, this dude's got a nice list here, man. You're talking about Youngster, Moneybag. He's co-signed 42 Doug alongside Lil Baby. I mean, these are some artists that have made a lot of noise coming out of the South. If you had to put 15, 20 artists in the last 10 years to come out of the South that's made some buzz, I mean, Gotti's got like 4 or 5 of the biggest ones to come out of the South. And you know, all those gentlemen are from Memphis, not naming 42 Doug. So that means something. You can keep telling me all you want that a cosign from a rapper doesn't mean something, but I'm telling you, man, in regards to features and getting around other artists and they kind of knowing what you about, if you get a cosign from somebody like Gotti off the strip, I feel like most artists give you a chance, right? They like, yo, I know he's solid, so I'm gonna assume you solid, because he wouldn't put somebody on his team who wasn't solid. So, hey, man, I'm telling you, these cosigns mean something. Congratulations to EST Gee for joining CMG. So Tory Lanez is complaining to a judge residing in his case revolving around Megan Thee Stallion. Megan claims that Tory shot her. So over the weekend, a fake story went out by a blog site pretty much saying that Tory Lanez's case with Megan Thee Stallion had been dismissed, right? It was fake. If TALIAFERRO ain't reported or some of the other reputable sites that you trust, man, don't be just believing everything out there on the internet. But for some odd reason, Megan opted to go online and talk about people playing around with her trauma, making fake stories. She said, y'all can't tell when a news story is fake. Y'all still don't see an abuser picking with me. The first court date got pushed back because of the inauguration, but I can't wait until the facts come out. You shot me, Tory, and my story not gonna change, and you going to jail. At this point, I'm getting annoyed. Stop believing everything you read on the internet. Imagine how I feel waking up every day seeing people lie and turn my trauma into a joke. The whole team figures out ways to create doubt with my story every week, and the media eats it up. How did I become the world's biggest villain? Are you living under a rock? She responded to a fan who said, why do you keep bringing this up? You think I brought this up today? And if I want to keep talking about me getting shot, I can. That is Megan Thee Stallion. She said, trauma is real. I'm still traumatized from losing my mom, dad, and one of my grandmothers. And on top of that, being shot. I'm not open about anything on the internet usually because I like to keep my emotions private, but I'm reaching my limit. I'm just going to keep trying to stay positive. So Tory Lanez is asking a judge to allow him to speak on the case because technically he can't talk about whatever happened on that infamous night last summer between Megan and Tory. So he made an album about it, but he technically can't speak on Megan by name and just go out of his way to talk about the case like on Instagram Live or on his social media, right? Because he's been ordered not to. But I do think Tory has a great point. He's asking the judge like, yo, how was that fair? Megan is hopping online, clearly talking about the case, and I can't. And the reason why that's valuable is people are looking around at Tory and they're saying, yo, bruh, this chick claiming you shot her and you just remain quiet. So he's fighting to say, okay, if she can talk about the case, how come I can't talk about the case? The narrative looks like I'm remaining silent while there's a woman out there accusing me of shooting her. So that's what Tory's asking the judge about, the right to speak about the case, if they're just going to allow Megan to go out of her way to speak about the case. Now, also, Tory and his team are claiming that they've got some new evidence that shows gun residue implicating someone else of shooting Megan, not Tory. Now, that is an interesting one. We do know that there were 2 other people in the vehicle alongside Tory and Megan that night in California. I believe it was Megan's former best friend, and it was Tory's security guard / driver with them as well. So we will see what happens. Apparently, Tory wants to talk about these things, but again, he can't speak on the case. But he's like, Megan continues to speak on the case. Again, I wasn't there. You weren't there that night. This thing is heading to court really, really soon again, and I'm sure more will be revealed between these two. That is the craziest story in music in 2020 by far. That bad boy happened in last July. Trey Songz had himself a very eventful weekend with Kansas City police. So I'm assuming Trey and a couple of the homies private jetted down to Kansas City to enjoy Sunday's AFC Championship game between the Bills and the Chiefs. And by the way, Patrick Mahomes and them boys took care of business. They're heading to the Super Bowl again, for those wondering. Trey and his homies were chilling in their section, and it is COVID policy to wear your mask during the game. Now, we've obviously all seen videos of fans not having their mask on from time to time, but you're supposed to wear your mask. And apparently somebody in the area snitched on Trey and the crew for not having a mask on, or someone in the crew not having a mask on. So security came over, and then security led to Kansas City police coming over. And that's where a video you probably seen on the internet somewhere over the last 48 hours went viral of Trey Songz with this mean chokehold on an older Kansas City police officer. I mean, it is a mean chokehold. Now, multiple witnesses that were around the scene claim that the police officers were ultra aggressive, including that one cop that got put in that chokehold by Trey. So, I mean, they're claiming that it wasn't Trey who was the aggressive, it was the police officer. Here's the thing. Another angle has been released of the incident, and you do see Trey Songz throw the first punch. You see that Trey and the police officers had multiple encounters, and it looks like after a while the police officer tried to come on Trey's row and escort him out of Arrowhead Stadium. And at that point, it is on camera. You do see Trey Songz throw a punch at the police officer. Again, that camera doesn't come with any audio. I don't know what was said, so I'm not saying who's at fault, but I'm just telling y'all the facts. Clear as day, you see Trey throw the first punch at the police officer. Then he find a way to get him in that mean chokehold that you probably saw online. Now, Trey's a very smart guy. He's been in some legal troubles before. This ain't his first rodeo. He's already got ahead of this bad boy, posting an image of a mask and him inside of the mask, right? Showing that he was in proper protocol throughout the game. I'm assuming maybe the lawyer told him to throw that bad boy up. That's pretty smart of Trey Songz. And he also said the Chiefs game was lit, right? And he also dropped a little small video message to the fans out there.
Good morning. You hilarious mother.
Trey's my guy, man. I love Trey's music. Out of any R&B act to come out in the last 15 years, he's my favorite by far. I will admit, though, over the last couple years, it seems like Trey's been battling through some stuff. You can tell some things that have happened in our country have really affected Trey. He's become very active in social issues, which is super great, right? But he really doesn't care for police officers. Like, I know a lot of people don't, but he really don't care for cops. So seeing him in that scenario, for me, the first thing I'm thinking, yo, I hope I'm not about to see a video of Trey Songz getting shot by a cop after I saw him put that cop in that headlock. I'm sure the evidence will come out sooner rather than later, and we'll find out who was in the wrong in this incident in totality. But for now, Trey has been arrested for trespassing, resisting arrest. Those are both misdemeanors. And then a low-grade felony for assaulting a police officer. He's already bonded out, and I'm pretty confident he's gotten the heck up out of Kansas City. So for all my boxing and UFC fans out there, I'm sure you enjoyed a treat over the weekend as Dustin Poirier defeated the most popular athlete in the sport of UFC, Conor McGregor, in a second-round TKO. I mean, he was just tearing Conor's leg up. And actually, Conor was winning the fight until that point, but Poirier was just tearing McGregor's leg up, and it led to him just TKOing the heck out of Conor McGregor on that ground, bro. It was all but over as soon as that second round got going. So I just wanted to post this because I do think it's interesting. Conor McGregor has had his share of legal issues. I mean, he's been involved in some ish. Has the 32-year-old Ireland superstar, and over the years, it feels like Conor's legacy has not been tainted or negatively looked upon as an African-American star, Goes by the name of Floyd Money Mayweather. You may have heard of him. He's 50-0 in boxing. So Floyd responded to somebody who said pretty much that. Like, yo, how come Conor isn't looked upon as negatively as Floyd has been? And I just want to read to you guys his response. He said, I seen this post and my take on is that the world knows artist McLoser can steal everything from me and be loved, but I'm hated. This just lets you all know that racism still exists. Just know that bum will never be me on my level. I'm just built different. My mindset is on another planet. My skills are second to none. I'm a natural born winner, and yes, I talk a lot of trash, but every time I back it up, and that's what they hate. It's sad that you can be a poor black kid from the ghetto that has dealt with racism your whole life and work extremely hard to put yourself and your family in a better position, and most of the hate comes from your own people. Conor cannot even win in his own sport, but talking about coming back to box Pacquiao, nobody wants to see that. It's like my leftovers eating leftovers. That is from the desk of Floyd Money Mayweather. Floyd obviously beat Conor McGregor in a boxing match a couple years ago. Floyd set to get in the ring again soon too with YouTube star Logan Paul. Logan's legit in that boxing ring. He ain't no games, but we're talking about Floyd Mayweather. I mean, nobody's beat him, and we're talking about people who do it for a living every day. But let's be clear, that fight is going to sell a lot of units. It was originally scheduled for February 20th, but over the last few hours, it looks like I'm hearing that the fight will be postponed to a later date, as it looks like there's some complications with that February date. I'm assuming maybe March or April. Logan Paul just a couple of hours ago said, we're figuring everything out now. There are some complications. I don't know how much I can say. I will say this. The complications are when you're dealing with somebody like Floyd Mayweather, who is the most desired, highest paid fighter on the planet, and he operates at a certain caliber. And the people around him want to make sure their talent, their fighter is performing at that level. All right, so it looks like that fight is going to be pushed back. There's too much money for that fight not to happen. You got a YouTube star, he's got the kids, and Floyd's got everybody else. That one's going to happen. It's an exhibition fight. Obviously, it would not count to Floyd Mayweather, his win-loss record, win or lose. So we'll see. I'll give you guys an update when I find out when that fight is happening or not. Yo, if you're looking for some motivation, if you're kind of down, if you need something to pick you up a little bit, if you're going through a hard time, go on YouTube. Free content. Go on YouTube and type in Floyd Mayweather's sparring sessions. I did it the other morning. I was kind of in a bad space with work. I was tired, and I had to push through for a couple hours. Man, I sat there and watched 20 minutes of Floyd Mayweather's sparring session. I mean, the dude never leaves the ring. He's literally switching out guys. Guys are coming in left and right, sparring with him. Floyd's talking trash to him, right? He's trying to instill confidence in him, but he's beating the heck out of these dudes at the same time. It is some of the most motivational stuff that you could ever see. We rarely get to see that type of behind-the-scenes footage of some of our favorites and their work ethic. But man, that is something, man. Y'all let me know if y'all check out that video and tell me what y'all think about it. Hopefully it uplifts you like it uplifted me. I needed that one. It let me know I need two things. I need to keep grinding in my career and go get in that gym, because that dude is something serious in that gym. All right? Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment box below. Thank y'all for tuning in to this quick news break. Also, before we get up out of here, my next news break will be number 10. We've started this episodic series of news breaks. I just think it makes more sense for me and my brand. Let me be clear. For number 10, we're going to give away 10 Amazon gift cards. I don't play no games, so just make sure you stay tuned to episode number 10. This was 9. 10's coming up next, and you will find out ways. I think I'm going to do, since it's 10, I'm going to do 9 $10 gift cards and one $100 gift card. So all money, ain't no strings attached. Anybody who's won, they know that I don't play no games with that. Y'all let me know in the comment box below what other things y'all want me to give away. I'm going to keep doing giveaways, especially with the episodes now. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, and support. It's what I don't take for granted. Salute. I'm out.